Well, I actually discovered running going to and from school running because I was training to be a downhill ski racer, and I'd read that all my idols who were Olympic champions in skiing ran in the off-season to train. So when I was about 12 years old, I started to run 2.5 miles to and from school. And when I got later on in high school, went to a prep school in Massachusetts called Northfield Mount Hermon, which had a great running tradition. Cross country was as big a sport as football. So I went out for cross country my junior year, made my way in the team, was on the New England championship team that year. Next year won the New England championship, went to Yale, ran there, won the NCAAs, went to the Olympic trials and got to the Olympics. And I think that's the way it goes for most young runners. One of the people whom I watched when I was in high school was Billy Mills win the Olympic 10,000 meters in Tokyo in 1964. I was a high school senior, and I remember watching on the black and white television at this prep school where I was in the activities room saying, that looks like that'd be fun to do, and I never realized that I'd get there. So he was one of the people. But your idols and the people you want to emulate don't necessarily have to be from your country. My other hero really was a fellow named Ron Clark, who was the world record holder for 10,000 and 5,000 meters. He was from Australia, and he never won a gold medal in the Olympics, but he was kind of my hero. At that time, I think the Americans just were in a very, very psychological high state. I think track and field was a very, very big sport in the United States. I think the competition with the Soviet Union and basically the Cold War competition with the Soviet Union, particularly in track and field, really did fuel it. If you think about it, one of the major athletic competitions of the year at that time was the US-Soviet dual meet in track and field. So I think that had a big part of it. I think then when the Iron Curtain fell, other things happened. Whatever the reasons are, you leave that to the historians. I think track and field did experience a decline in the United States. Now I think it is on its way back. Again, for a myriad of reasons that I don't need to go into, but I've got mine. Buy the book. The marathon is one in which you can take the top 10 people, and 3 of them are going to have a good race. So I figured I was in the top 10. All I needed to do was make sure I had a good race, which I did. And I can tell the young runners the best way to do that is try to take control of the race, which is what I did. At 9 miles, I took off. No one went with me. So I used the strategy. I ran as a front runner, surged in that marathon in a way that hadn't been done before, and I did it because I was running more like a track race. So I ran the marathon like a track race, got a lead, and won.